Good morning, y'all, and welcome to 10 Minutes with Dr. Bree. Dr. Briana Whiteside speaking, and it is January 21st, 2025. Yesterday, we witnessed the inauguration of our 47th president, Donald J. Trump, and I want to kind of talk about that because that's going to lead me into the next thought that I want to share with you. Now, in academic circles, we generally say that the sacred and the secular rise together, and that generally means what happens in one arena happens in the other. So what's happening in sacred spaces such as church or spiritual generally happens in the secular spaces such as music and arts and things of that nature. In the church world, you've probably been hearing, that there's a changing of the guard happening. There's a changing of the guard. And I truly believe that with the inauguration yesterday, the guard has officially changed. I say that because believers believe that what happens in one realm is a reflection of what happens in another. So ultimately, we cannot have an election and a peaceful transfer of power and a successful transfer of power in our realm without understanding that that has probably happened or already happening in the spiritual realm. As a matter of fact, I should say that it already happened because generally what happens in the parent realm shows up later in our realm, the child realm. Nonetheless, I say that to say that since the guard has changed, maybe we need to pay attention more diligently now. Here is what I mean. I want you to not take any opportunity for granted. From this point forward. I don't want you to think that ideas that come to you are just fleeting or they're cool ideas. I want you to position yourself and take advantage of everything that comes your way. You know, the Bible talks about the race not being given to the swift or the strong. Y'all know that verse that people often misquote, and they say that it's given to those who endure to the end, but that's not even the verse. It says that, but time and chance happen to them all. And that means that there's a time that happens where time and chance intersect to create opportunities. And I want you to pay attention to those opportunities. Because if you have been waiting, if you have been praying, if you've been asking God, when, what if he was waiting for this moment in history to happen? Again, I'm not talking about agreement. I'm not even asking for your agreement. I'm asking for you to think through this moment. Now, we could be like the rest of the world, upset if you don't agree, or you can be celebrating if you do agree with Trump's new presidency. The truth is that he is the president and he has ushered in a changing of so many things. And that is a signal that something has changed in the spirit realm. With that in mind, that leads me to the second thing that I want to talk to you about. And it is to encourage you, admonish you, tell you to stop trying to split who you are. This is what I mean. Sometimes we think we have to choose a lane. You have to choose a lane. You have to be known as one thing. You have to do one thing. But what if God made you ambidextrous? What if he made you good at so many things, but you're only putting one pot in the fire and therefore you're limiting yourself to the opportunities that you can have? Yesterday's podcast, I spoke about how returning to my academic work has kind of created an opportunity for me with Rolling Stone, and that article was published all over my social media. And that was a great opportunity, but the opportunities didn't stop there. I literally have another interview today with another magazine. You heard me, another magazine. Now, they're not interested in my faith walk. They're not interested in me teaching them the Bible. They're not interested in me talking about God. What they're interested in me doing is talking about a writer who I studied since 2012. Now, can I talk about God if I wanted to? Sure. There are religious undertones in her works, but they're hiring me and contacting me to speak about a larger issue and to speak more academically about her body of work. Now, why is that important? Because I just told you about two opportunities and haven't even mentioned the other ones that have come from this moment of return to her work. But I'm telling you about these two opportunities because they came because I stopped trying to present one version of myself. Stop trying to craft a particular narrative around my gifts and who I was and how the world saw me. And I just started to show up as me. As the flawed me, as the unkempt me sometimes, as the me who likes to switch up her wigs and have relatively long stiletto nails, the me who's from the south side of Chicago but can also use big words, the me who's interested in science fiction but also in the kingdom, the me I have just started showing up as Briana and Dr. Briana Whiteside. And when I stopped trying to fit into one lane, and I stopped trying to, make sure people only saw me through one lens, it felt like I gave myself an opportunity to succeed. As a matter of fact, more than a opportunity, several opportunities. See, you never know what audience is looking for you. There may be a spiritual audience looking for me, but there also may still be an academic audience looking for me. And if you don't show up, those audiences will never recognize your greatness. They will never be able to witness and glean from who you are. And I get it. So many times we just want to run and hide. So many times we just want to say, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. This is not going to work. Blah, 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 blah. I want people to see me this way, or I'm even scared. But the fascinating thing is that you have been showing up as an ambidextrous person for a very, 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 very long time. The reason that I know you've been doing this is because you have been showing up as different versions of yourself for different audiences anyway. There is a you in private and there is a you in public, right? We kind of do that to adhere to certain respectability politics, and I get it. No one wants to feel left out. No one wants to be looked at as weird or, just feel rejection. I get that. But what if you let both versions rise together? If you let you shine? The Bible talks about letting your light shine. But sometimes we think about that light as one light. No, you shine in very different ways. Different lights, different versions of light shines through you all the time. But sometimes we only want to privilege one version of ourselves over the other. I think that's wrong. I think we're cutting our opportunities in half. I think we are generally trying to control a narrative that we have no control over. And you all know what? It's exhausting. It's really, really exhausting. I know you tired. So I want you to give yourself a chance. Y'all know I'm back off sabbatical. I'm coming back slowly but surely. But I want you to give yourself a chance. All the versions of you. The versions of you in your mind. The versions of you that you wish you were. The versions of you that you're not absolutely proud of. The versions of you that are acceptable. Because each version has an important contribution to who you are and what you want. You must get out of the habit of trying to fit into the box, because the boxes have been shattered with this incoming administration. Of course, this is not me supporting this president. It's not. This is just me saying you have to stand back and look objectively at what's going on and try to figure out what does this symbolize? Sometimes we get so caught up in having our heads in the clouds and, being in our feelings, but we have to step back and look critically at this situation. Yes, we're looking at something, but there's also something that we're not paying attention to. And this is where the real critical thinkers start to thrive. So I say that to say we are in a new day in a sense. We're already in 2025. We were there. This is our 21st day, but there is something new that just happened. And while I don't know how this thing is going to unfold, I do know that if something new has happened in the world, that means that you have a new opportunity too. So as you progress towards greatness, as you get your house in order, I want you to stop choosing which version of you will show up. And I want you to give each version an opportunity to have its say. Stop picking and choosing what opportunities you will choose and allow to happen. Stop picking and choosing the conversations you will and will not have because you're afraid. Just stop it. Stop doubting yourself. Stop believing the lie and give yourself a chance. That's it. That's all. I have to get up, go to the gym, and get ready for my interview today. I hope this has encouraged you. As always, if you're listening on YouTube, please like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, please go ahead and leave me a rating. I'll see you soon in another installment of 10 Minutes with Dr. Bree. Bye.